Hello and welcome, I'm DDF Racer and today I'm going to be doing another race in Automobilista 2. Last week I recorded a 30-minute sprint in the Super V8 car at Montreal, link on top of the screen right now, and in that video I asked for your suggestions in the comments for more races you wanted to see in Automobilista 2. And you guys didn't disappoint. I've now got enough suggestions to record probably a year's worth of races, but one that really stood out was this comment from GW, who suggested that I should recreate the 1995 Formula 1 Grand Prix at Suzuka, which is also a good excuse to test out the weather system in Automobilista 2. In the real race, Jean Alesi fought his Ferrari back from 15th to 2nd, just before his driveshaft failed and we were robbed of a battle for the lead with Michael Schumacher. But that's the fantastic thing about sim racing, because it basically gives us these opportunities to set up these scenarios again and see what could have happened. Although regular viewers of this channel will probably know that I am no Jean Alesi. So yeah, today I'm going to be driving the Formula V12 car in Automobilista 2 at Suzuka in a half-hour race against the AI, starting in the rain from 15th position but with the track drying out throughout the session. Hope you guys enjoy! Okay, so here we are on the grid at Suzuka getting ready to go. And something I want to clear up straight away is the fact that it is raining right now. In the real life race, it wasn't actually raining at the start, it was just a wet track which then dried out throughout the course of the race. Unfortunately here in Automobilista 2 you can't have a wet track without the rain to go with it, so I am bending the truth slightly, but I'm sure you guys can forgive me for that. Anyway, let's chat, let's get on with the race and channel some inner Jean Alesi. Pop it into second gear. Gonna not use too many revs as we try and spin the wheels here.
Alright. Right side's clear.
Oh, he says as the car's getting wiggly in fourth gear at nearly 200k on the run down to the first corner. On the outside here. Ooh, looks like the AI having a bit of a biff ahead of us. We're going to hold it around the outside for 14th perhaps. Of turn 2. No, he's got incredible grip on the inside there. Must be some kind of racing line I'm not familiar with. But then he's back on the brakes again. Just holding position here, trying to find where the grip is, basically. I know Eddie Irvine tried to move around the outside here in 98 in the Ferrari, I believe it was, but no such luck today. But now we're on the inside. Oh, I just got to feed that throttle in ever so gently as the rear of the car steps out.
Left side's clear.
The AI are all slow in all the wrong places. I just can't make a move, but it's the first lap. It's no real place for heroics, especially not in these kind of track conditions. Everyone's just got to find a place in the spray and settle down. Saying that, I'm going to go full Kamui Kobayashi into the hairpin, lock my tyres up and get the move done. Go for the Leroy Jenkins move there. Slide the rears out of the hairpin in second gear a little bit and away we go. 14th place is out, so that's one place up from the start. Heading towards spoon curve for the first time. Very easy to overcook it here and run wide, both on entry and exit. Whoa! That wheel spin is lethal as we now head down towards 130R for the first time. And something I have noticed here, unfortunately, is the AI is a little bit spooky with the crossover. Obviously, this is still an early access version of the game, so the AI does need a little bit of work in places. But they like to get a little bit confused when the track crosses over itself at that precise point, unfortunately. They have a little confidence lift sometime. Whoa! All sorts of sideways. That's going to put the guy behind us all over us into turn 1. But yeah, that is a lap here at Suzuka.
13th place. Right side. You are clear on the right.
Going full Nigel Mansell 1991 here. Oh, that was meant to happen. The guy ahead distracted me a little bit into turn 1 there. And now we're back in 22nd position. It would be last, but it looks like a couple of people have pitted behind us. Probably for repairs, but surely not for dry tyres. I mean, I know that the track is going to be drying out throughout the course of this race. It's just a matter of when to switch over though, but it's way too early at the moment because there's still rain coming down, there's still spray in the air. There's no dry line whatsoever, so that's those two cars behind me in 23rd and 24th have got to be because of damage. So I mean, I guess this is kind of fitting, because I said I wanted to channel our inner Jean Alesi. Well, it's not only the weather that I was bending the truth with. Jean Alesi actually started the race, and I think it was second or third, but then got a drive-through. No, it was a stop-go penalty for jumping the start. Obviously, the start line is a little bit downhill here at Suzuka, so it's easy to roll it down the hill before the lights go green. So he did get a penalty for jumping the start, which is what dropped him back to 15th. But we're going full Jean Alesi here because we're having a setback of our own. So we've got even more of a fight back on our hands as we're now well and truly in the spray. Yeah, the AI is lifting off down the straights here. And so is that guy as well. That seems a little bit too easy. Yeah, Reza Studios are going to have to patch that one out, whatever that is. I mean, obviously these guys are at the back of the field, so they are going to be slower than the leaders, but back markers don't just lift off on us straight for no reason. But we'll gloss over that one. Like I said, it's early access, guys. These things are here to be fixed. We're now back up to 18th, 20 seconds behind the leader. 18th. We head on to lap 3 here at Suzuka. Heading into turn 1. We're not running it wide this time, which is nice. He says as he runs wide through turn 2. It's getting a bit sketchy. That rain is still coming down pretty hard. And I must admit, I've got things turned down to low settings here to try and reduce the impact on my computer whilst I'm recording at the same time. It still looks fantastic. And hopefully it's not too stuttery for you on the recorded footage. It's perfectly smooth in the headset, but I know sometimes that the desktop monitor can be a bit stuttery at times. So if you guys are getting that throughout the video in places, I do apologise for that. But I'm running this game on the lowest settings that I can. I got NVIDIA GTX 1080 8GB graphics card, and I think it's an i7 8-core processor. I can't remember off the top of my head. 6850 perhaps. I'll put a link in the description. I'll put a comment in the video or something. I should really know what my computer is, but I'll put that in the comments for you guys after the fact, and you can check out my specs there, because a lot of you do ask me what my specifications are, so I'll post that for you. Anyway, 18th position, lap 3.
The error ahead is now 0.5.
Are the AI going to lift out of it this lap? They are. So I'm going to lift out a bit as well, just in the interest of fairness. Drop it down to 5th at 130R and see if we can make another move into the final chicane here. Now we're a little bit too far back, but they are very slow on the apex. I know I can go a lot faster through the corner than that as we lose the rear end again. Don't touch the curb stand, come on mate.
Air temperature is now 21, track temperature is now 25 Celsius.
Okay, sounds like the track temperature's ramping up, which means it could be time for a pit stop soon. The clouds are clearing, the rain has stopped coming down, and we got hit from behind. We got hit from behind, guys. I didn't even see him in the mirrors there. The AI do have a lot of pace into turn 1. We're now back down to 20th, so I'm going to roll the dice.
Pit crew's ready. Okay, pit stop requested. I'm
going to roll the dice. I'm going to come in for dry tyres. Yes, there's a drying line. You can just see it, the reflections on the track surface there. Oh, that's a hell of a river. The puddles are very expertly simulated here in Automobilista 2. In so much that they pool in the places where they would do in real life, or the divots and gaps and grooves in the track are, and you can see the water reflecting over the top of the circuit. It's just beautiful, it really is. Even on the lowest settings that I'm running here, it's absolutely stunning here. Yep, there's the sun, those clouds have cleared. Trying to manhandle this car around the circuit, and also change my pit menu at the same time. It's taking everything I've got, but I want to make sure we're on the slick tyres. I want to fix damage, and I did put enough fuel in to make it to the end of the race here. So I want to make sure that we don't put any extra fuel in the car. There we go, slick tyres. Looking in the pit menu in the bottom left of the screen. No refueling.
Right side's clear.
And no fixing of the damage, because that would just cost us too much time.
Well done, Dan. Nice move, mate.
Spotter complimenting me for an easy win on the AI there. Don't touch the curb. And surprise, surprise, it doesn't spin. What do you know? Anyway, let's come into the pits. Find our braking point. Put the limiter on.
Watch your speed.
I'm going to be very gentle here because the pit limiter isn't quite 100% foolproof, unfortunately. It does tend to go over a little bit.
Alexandra.
And I put the clutch in, put it into the spot, and wait for our mechanics to change the tyres. Taking the wets off, putting the slicks on. There we go.
All done, go.
There we go. We're on dry tyres, and we're going to find out exactly where the grip is or isn't.
Watch your mirrors, there's a car approaching.
Whoa, that is sketchy. But there is a tiny drying line. You can see it there where it's just matte on the track. Thank you for the perfectly timed reflections there, son. You can see that there's a glossy part of the circuit and a matte part of the circuit, and that matte is like threading a needle here at Suzuka. That's where I have to basically stay on.
Fastest lap for Stevenson, 151.55.
I have to stay on that to make use of the grip, because if I don't, it's going to run out pretty quickly. I'm going to be in the barrier, in the gravel, and out of the race. Ooh, this is awesome. Okay, now this is where the race really comes alive, because I don't think anyone else has come onto the dry tyres yet. Oh, so much more braking.
151.77.
So much more braking performance. Now we see the leaders are now doing 151s on their wet tyres as opposed to my 158s that we were doing previously when it was rainy.
That's 20 minutes to go.
We are a third of the way through the race now. And as I come round to finish this lap, I'll start a new lap and see what the pace of these dry tyres really is. But the lap tracker in the bottom right is saying I'm 2 minutes 30 behind the leaders. That can't be right.
Car ahead's pitting.
Surely that can't be right. Maybe it bugged out when I was in the pits and it didn't register my lap for some reason. It's saying I'm a lap behind, which, yeah, that's not right. So I'm currently at 22nd.
Okay, Dan, no chances here. Let's make sure we can take them. 22.
Oh, there's so much grip on that dry line, but it's so narrow. So I'm going to be quiet for this lap and really concentrate and see what the pace of these dry tyres is. Put your headphones on, turn the volume up, and enjoy the sounds of Automobilista 2, guys.
New fastest lap for Stevenson, 146.89.
Okay, we are 15 seconds up on our personal best so far. This is probably going to be the fastest lap of the race. If we can hold it together, it's so twitchy when you get on the wet stuff. Oh, locking the brakes into the final chicane there. Just hunting out that drying line here at Suzuka. We're 20 seconds up on our best lap. What's it going to be?
21st. Fastest lap on that lap was at 142.57.
142! We are 5 seconds faster than the leaders. This is exactly what Jean Alesi was doing in the 1995 Japanese Grand Prix. He had such a pace advantage when he first came into the dry tyres. So, yeah, if this is what it feels like to drive like Jean Alesi, then sign me up. I'll do this every day. This is awesome. The wet track physics, and the wet track line, and just the way this live track system works is just fantastic in Automobilista 2. And as the sun is going down slightly in the distance as well, you can see the reflections on top of the track. The puddles, the grooves, the drying line, it's just, wow, it's so well done. Obviously the AI need a little bit of work, because I would have expected a few more people to have come into the pits by now, because normally what happens is when someone goes 5 seconds a lap quicker than everyone else, the mechanics just scramble, but that is not happening here. It seems like the AI, whether dry tyre, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, that logic needs a bit of refinement. But like I said, this is a this is an early access version. It's not finished yet, so it's all a work in progress, and when Ridge Studios released version 1.0 of the game, I've got no doubt it'll have all of these resolved.
11 seconds.
We're already catching up with the cars ahead who haven't pitted. But yeah, I think there's some kind of bug with the timing, because it says I'm 2 minutes 20 behind the leaders. And it says that this car is like 2 minutes ahead of me. That's not true.
Just keep hitting marks. This is looking good. Fastest lap. You've just done a 1:42.30.
What I think has happened is when I've gone through the pits, and obviously 22nd, 23rd and 24th behind me on the board as well, when we've gone through the pits it hasn't registered the lap, so it thinks we're a lap down on what we actually are. So once everybody comes in and changes their tyres too, that should, hopefully, ooh, that river, that's going to catch you out. I have to lift out of that and make sure the wheel is straight. But yeah, like I was saying, I think once everybody pits, the laps will equal out again. Got a massive speed advantage on this guy here. I'm going to head down towards the hairpin. Use our late braking maybe. It looks like a long way back. And it is a long way back. It's a little bit too far to make anything happen.
15 minutes left.
We're now at the halfway point of the race.
You're halfway home. The fuel is fine.
Now the spotter says the fuel is fine, but don't forget that on a dry track your fuel consumption increases massively. Oh wow. AI slow in all the wrong places here. So obviously those fuel numbers that the spotter has been working, the fuel numbers that the spotter's been working on, basically
Right side.
Code Brown. The fuel numbers that the spotter's been working on are based on wet track running, and now it's dry. My fuel consumption is going to go through the roof. Yep, there's definitely a problem with the timing, because that's saying the car behind me that I just overtook for position is a lap ahead and I'm getting blue flags.
11 seconds. That time was 1:46.56.
Still nobody's coming in the pits. I would have thought more people would be coming in the pits now. I mean, that dry line is getting wider. Oh, the sun is beautiful over the top of the grandstand there. Graphics here in Automobilista 2 are just stunning, even on the lowest settings.
All right.
Ooh,
Right.
yep, that river's going to get you.
Out to track limits there.
Ooh, that was a bit of a close call there, guys. That could have quite easily been race over. Yeah, I'm pushing a little bit too hard now, I think. I think I've got a lot more confidence than I actually should have. The track is getting drier and there is a drying line which I can push, but there's still those wet patches there which will catch you out, as has been evidenced twice on this lap so far. We're now down 10 seconds. But let's keep at it. We'll catch up again with those guys in no time, considering we're not being held up at the apexes now. But yeah, the AI is slow in all the wrong places. They do need a bit of work. Anyway, as we're approaching the final third of the race, I just want to say thank you so much for sticking with this, guys. I hope you're enjoying it. I know a lot of people enjoyed my V8 supercar race at Montreal last week, and a lot of people tuned in for Automobilista 2, so there's a lot of new faces on this channel. So great to have you here. Great that you're enjoying the content, and if you are, don't forget to leave the video a like and say hi in the chat or in the comments. Not the chat, this isn't a live stream. Going on to autopilot slightly there. If you want to see more Automobilista 2 content, then don't forget to subscribe, because I'm going to be doing plenty more races in the near future with this game. Wow, that is stunning. Graphics here are just absolutely stunning. now we get held up again. Just need to find a way past, but I can't run offline too much because as soon as you run offline you get back onto the damp parts of the track. Got to line him up from moving to the hairpin here. Got to be patient. We're lost 3 seconds though so far. This is going to cost us so much time compared to the leaders. Just superior drive. Wow. Didn't have the confidence to go around the outside there. Yeah, going back to my previous point that I was saying, guys, I'm so grateful for all the new faces and all the people who've turned up on this channel recently. It's great to have you here, and I'm genuinely so grateful for your support. Everybody who's shown up and liked and commented, subscribed and tuned in for the live streams. I don't want to start a pity party here, but I am one of those people in Australia who is no longer working. I've been temporarily laid off. So this is what I'm doing all the time now. You know, I've become a full-time YouTuber without any of the wages to go with it. So it's great to see so many people turn up. Pat yourself on the back. You guys are awesome. Anyway, back on the race. We've got 10 minutes to go. We're going to try and around the outside here. Yes, there we go. I'm very grateful for the fact that this drying line is now getting wider because it means I can pull off moves like that and not get held up so much. In 21st position, and the people ahead still haven't pitted. What is going on? Everyone's still on the wet tyres. Hopefully they pit, otherwise we've made a bit of a strategic error.
Car on your right. You are clear on the right.
The sun is starting to get a bit lower in the sky here at Suzuka. The shadows are getting longer. Got a face full of sunset. Oh, that is... sound like a stuck record here, but that is beautiful. I'm so jealous of people who have super rigs and get to run this game on high settings in VR. I'm running on low so that my computer doesn't stutter when I'm recording it. Again, apologies if there are any of those in the video. But also people who get to run this in desktop mode on maximum settings. Such a beautiful game. Screenshot worthy.
Right side.
Oh, what are you doing?
Clear on the right.
Moving into braking there, I had the line on the outside and just turned back out again. Anyway, that's another few positions. Oh, he's got the drive all right. Yeah, these AI have got a heap of speed into the first corner. I think that's a little bit imbalanced. They shouldn't be going that fast on wet tyres on a dry track. They'd be killing their tyres by now. Let's try the outside move again. Yes, there we go. Yeah, these guys will be for position. It's just not showing it on the tracker because it still thinks I'm a lap down because of the pit lane bug, unfortunately. With only 8 minutes left in the race, hopefully they do pit. Now, fun trivia moment. In the actual real-life 1995 Japanese Grand Prix, local hero and I think it was Tyrrell driver Ukyo Katayama, Japanese Formula 1 racer, actually started this race with a dislocated thumb and damaged tendons from a practice crash, I believe, and
Still there.
I can't imagine doing that. You know, it's just...
Car on your left side.
I mean, being able to control a car like this with a dislocated thumb. I mean, I'm using a Logitech G29. I haven't even got half, not even a tenth of the forces going through the wheel that these guys would have had. Mad respect. I mean, he did end up retiring from the race on lap 14 or something, putting it in the barrier through the S's in the first sector. But no, top effort. And we finish another lap here at Suzuka. The sun is getting ever lower in the sky. We've got 6 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. We're in 21st position, but we are making up spots. People ahead of me still aren't pitting.
lap times are dropping off. Come on, you can do better than this.
I know, Mr. Spotter, I'm just getting stuck in traffic. Not being able to utilise these tyres. Oh, what are you doing? Yeah, this AI needs a lot of work. Just slowing in random places in the middle of the corners.
Left side. Clear left. Far left.
That's not an overtaking spot. But this could be.
On your left. Clear on the left.
Hopefully the front wing isn't too damaged by that. That sounded like a very hefty impact, as the guy had just braked on the apex in the acceleration zone.
Far left. You're clear on the left.
10 minutes of fuel remaining.
So we've definitely got enough fuel to make it to the end of the race, that's for sure.
Blue flag.
When are these guys going to pit for dry tyres? Seriously. I mean, I hope they do. You can see on the position tracker in the bottom right of the screen.
Right side.
Oh, that was so sketchy. Had to run offline onto the damp parts to avoid him. Having his little confidence spook lift over the crossover section. And across the line, hopefully we can get back into the 142s.
Gap behind's increased to 12 seconds. Okay, now 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left. Come on, no more mistakes. Concentrate. Your lap time was 48.15.
Yeah, we're 7 seconds off the pace that we could be doing. Maximum concentration time now.
Head is pitting.
Oh, there's people coming into the pits. Thank you, Mr. Spotter. See how much faster we can go without cars in the way. That was so close to running wide as well. That could have been day over. Now remember, Dan, the last time you had a clear track ahead of you, you pushed it way too hard and you had a couple of spins, so just dial it in a bit. Don't push too hard. Because yeah, you might be 8 seconds off the pace of what you could be doing on dry tyres, but putting it in the fence is a lot slower than 8 seconds. Running it right to the top of the revs here at Suzuka. This Formula V12 car is just stunning, it really is. Such a fun car to drive. Like, it's got so much grip, but it is at the same time still rather tricky.
Blue flag.
You gotta feed that accelerator in so gently. Whoa. Oh, just so close to locking up the tyres there through the chicane. And floor it out the final corner, which I don't know what it's called, but I'm sure it's got a name. We're half a second up on our best lap so far. That's more like it.
Keep doing what you're doing. This is spot on. P20. That's the fastest lap. That was 141.73.
Into the 141s, wow. Let's see if we can get to the 140s. I'm surprised more people haven't come into the pits yet. Sun flickering through the grandstand there on the horizon. Wow. See if we can do our Kobayashi move into the hairpin again. We've probably only got a couple of laps left in this race. I think we've made a blunder of a strategic call here.
Car on your right side. Right side's clear.
Blue flag.
I don't think people are going to pit. Which is crazy. How can they still be running around on wet tyres on this track? I mean, obviously it's the superior strategy because, well, I'm still in 20th position. Even if there was a bug with the lap tracker, these positions should be counting. This is a little bit unfair. I should be getting these guys for on-track position, but the game thinks I'm a lap down on them. Just because I came through the pits and it didn't register, which, yeah, these are for position, so I wonder where I actually am.
2 minutes to go.
I wonder where I actually am in the grand scheme of things right now. I have to check after the race and see what kind of cars I'm nearby. check out the car numbers and work it out from the standings. 1 minute 41 left in the session.
That's the fastest lap of the race. The lap time was at 1:41.68. Your times are good in all three sectors.
Left side.
Blue flag.
Left side's clear.
That's 5 minutes of fuel left.
The light's starting to fade here quite a lot, actually. I mean, the clouds have gone, so at least we can see the sunlight. But the actual sun itself is getting pretty low in the sky. So if there was more laps in this race, it'd probably head into night time. Which is kind of awkward on these Formula V12 cars because they have no headlights. Which I'm sure John Bradshaw will be pretty disappointed with. Because if there's one thing that guy loves, it's headlights. Okay. 25 seconds left in the race. Will we get another lap? We've certainly got enough fuel for it. AI getting spooky over the crossover again. We're just marginally up on our best lap. Get a good exit from the chicane, we could beat it. No, we've lost 3/10 there. People still not coming into the pits. What's going on? Okay, this is definitely the last lap now, guys. I wonder what position this would be if it wasn't for the messed up leaderboard. Because now it says blue flags, let him pass, but I'm on the same lap as him. Just because I came into the pits, it's freaked out slightly. Oh, this game is so beautiful. And thank you for sticking with the race so far. If you're still with me, it's great to have you here. We're going to bring it home here on the final lap at Suzuka of this half-hour race against the AI. Tyres are holding in nicely as well. Clouds in the sky look beautiful. There's still a few puddles by the side of the track, but it is now essentially completely dry. The grip in this thing is just nuts. It really is. .1 of a second up. Is this going to be it? We're going to come across the line for the checkered flag. No, I think we're going to get one more lap actually, because the leader's still not crossed.
Okay, it's over.
I'm real confused. I haven't got a checkered flag, but the spotter said it was over. There's something really messed up with the timings going on here, guys. Have I got enough fuel for another lap? Who knows? Unfortunately, this isn't the best representation of Automobilista 2 that I could be giving you. I mean, the car is fantastic to drive, the circuit is fantastic to drive, the way the track conditions have changed throughout the session, not only the weather, but the time of day as well. Hopefully this gives you a good idea of the transitions involved. But the actual racing mechanics themselves, unfortunately, it's not really worked out too well. I don't really know what position I've finished the race in. It says 20th, but I lost the lap during the pit stop. Because it didn't register me going across the line, unfortunately. Ooh. I think maybe this guy's finished the race. What's his car number? I can't see his car number. I was going to try and work out from the leaderboards. I'm going to cross the line one more time. I've got 0.6 litres of fuel left. 0.5, 0.4, 0.3. Just enough fuel to make it across the line. And still no checkered flag. I'm really not too sure what's going on there, guys. But I think we would have been in contention for the win on that one. Because we only finished 2 minutes off the leader according to the leaderboards there. And it's about 1 minute 50-ish on a lap. I'm sure that's what it would have counted as. Oh, who knows? I guess we'll never find out. But it's not all about the results, it's all about the experience, I guess. And that was a hell of an experience. I really thoroughly enjoyed that. The track conditions at the start, the change over to dry conditions, just the way the session evolved is fantastic. And once Reza Studios can iron out all these little bugs and all these tweaks with the AI, with the timing, then this is going to be an absolute treat. It really is. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got a good feel of how Automobilista 2 is looking and how it is progressing and how it's developing. If you did, then don't forget to leave the video a like if you enjoyed it and share your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to see more Automobilista 2 content, then make sure you subscribe because I'm going to be doing so many more videos with this sim in the very near future. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. I've been DDF Racer.